From the great state of Texas, this is the latest episode of the ETX ROCKS Show. Nestled in the piney woods of East Texas, the ETX ROCKS Show delivers the stories and songs of talented artists of all genres, all styles, from the unheralded and unheard to the legends and beyond. We bring a passion for music and a drive to go behind the curtain with our guests. We focus on all artists, from LA to New York, Nashville down to Texas, and everywhere in between. ETX is our location, not a limitation. Now, as always, it's viewers and listeners like you out there that are our biggest support for the show. If you want to contribute to the show, please do so by donating to www.paypal.me/ETXRocks. And thank you for tuning in. Wherever you're tuned in, please hit the like, follow, and or subscribe buttons. And now for another great episode of ETX ROCKS. Hey guys, Boston Chris here, and this is the 10th episode of Songbirds Troubadours presented by the ETX ROCKS Show, where we focus on the songwriter, one of the most unheralded arms of the music industry, as you guys know. Now, the songwriter has been kind of underappreciated in the music business nowadays, and that's kind of why we do this show. We want to show the craft and kind of what goes on in the songwriter's head as they're writing songs and as they perform songs. And we're really excited to have two amazing songwriters here on the show this week. Again, the 10th week of the show already, can't believe it. We have Brandon Nichols, who you guys might recognize from the Weathered Hearts episode of the ETX ROCKS Show about a month ago. And he is from the Longview area. And we have Jessica Alyce. I got it right that time. And she's from the Shreveport area, but now living in the Longview area as well. So Brandon, tell us a little bit about your musical journey so far and how you became a songwriter.
Well, pretty much started as, the whole teenage angst and writing rock and roll songs.
Right.
And writing about personal issues and, and now I just like telling stories, and it's just something I really enjoy doing and kind of naturally just do these days.
Very cool.
But it's, into a lot of storytelling and some personal songs.
And that's the best part about Brandon Nichols, is the storytelling aspect of his craft. You guys are going to be really, really impressed. I love his style, and I think you guys will love it. He's not bound by a genre either, which is also a very cool thing about why do I always want to call you Alan?
Well,
which is also another cool thing about Brandon Nichols. But we also have Jessica Alyce here, and I got to tell you, she was a last-minute fill-in. So first of all, I want to thank you very much for coming and filling in for Nick Brumley, which is big shoes to fill. We're really excited to have you here. I've been off camera. I was telling Jessica that we've been looking forward to meeting her for quite some time, and to find out that you were going to be here tonight was really, really a huge pleasure.
Thank you.
So tell us about your musical journey so far in songwriting.
Man, I don't know. I just started craving to play guitar when I was about 12. I'd already been writing poetry just naturally. It all just comes from heartbreak. I write from heartbreak, and I feel like I might do it to myself sometimes. I'm always heartbroken, but I always get really good songs out of it. So I'm kind of like, I look back on past loves and stuff, and I'm like, hey, thanks, man.
Yeah.
I got really good songs out of you, dude.
So it's all about life experiences for you.
Yeah.
Very
Absolutely.
cool. So you guys were really, really happy to present Brandon Nichols and Jessica Alyce for the 10th episode of Songbirds Troubadours. I'm going to let you guys know how this is going to go a little bit. This is going to be in a song swap style, which means each of these amazing songwriters will perform 6 different songs each, so for a total of 12. For you guys that are not math junkies out there. But if you've also watched a prior show, you also know that we have an intermission in the middle of the show. That's what intermission means, where we have a question swap, which means both of these songwriters will ask each other a total of 4 questions as well, 2 each, which is always a fun little segment to see, what they're thinking about each other and what they're feeling about the other songs and styles and stuff like that. And it's always fun to see them trip out a little bit about actually having to talk on this show. If you're watching Songbirds Troubadours for the first time, definitely want to thank you guys for hopping aboard. Make sure you like our Facebook page. We're located at Songbirds Troubadours. And without any further ado, we're going to get right into the live original music from these two songwriters, Brandon Nichols and Jessica Alyce. Y'all don't go anywhere.
This song's called Need My Help. It's about growing up, driving a truck with all our friends needing to move. I really wrote this song out of a joke. Trying to write a song that wasn't so serious for once. But there is some real situations that inspired it, I guess you could say. Used to be a good man, and I'd do anything to help out a friend. I'd even help him move on a Thursday afternoon, and I'd bring some booze. I'd always have drove a truck that meant family and friends, you're in luck. So give me a call and I'd head your way. That never did bother me. I always knew I'd need help one day. We can't do it all on our own. And over time I found that it ain't the way it seems. Big talk and empty promises just had me looking around, wondering are they ever gonna show. This must be the day they call broke, and their phone is always on when they need my help. An old man who lived up the road, he's a little ornery and a little bit cold. He always kept that trailer sitting around the back. We never had any problems before, and every now and then we talked about sports, but it never got much deeper than that. I remember asking him one day, do you think that I could borrow that thing to help out a friend? I'll bring your trailer right back. He just grinned when he looked at me. He said, I'm sorry, and I know it seems mean, and I ain't always been so damn cold. He said, I used to be a good man, and I'd do anything to help out a friend. I'd even help him move on a Thursday afternoon. And son, you might understand one day when them favors don't come back your way. Hell, you might be an old asshole too. 'Cause over time I found it ain't the way it seems. Big talk and empty promises just had me looking around, wondering are they ever gonna show. This must be the day their car broke, and their phone is always on when they need my help. Yeah, the phone is always on when they need my help. That's it.
I feel like I'm supposed to clap.
Yeah, so we keep going straight.
Do we have the clapper? Is the clapper going?
That's your clapper one.
Alright, so it's me now.
So Jessica, go, don't call if you need help moving next time.
What if there was beer involved, Brandon?
I don't
That's how I get all my guy friends to move now.
No. I don't care about beer that much anymore. I got somebody's phone number though. You call Nick Bromley.
Okay. He'll be here.
He's got a 057. That's a joke we have lots of times for that song. But so what are you gonna play us?
I'm gonna start with "Wait for Your Love." Obviously, what I said earlier, all my stuff is written. Well, most of my stuff is written from heartbreak. So this one, there's kind of something I want to say here, but I don't want to like be politically incorrect. I'm not gonna say it anyway. see you here and here. I see you here and here too. Oh, baby, there ain't nothing here not clear. 'Cause, baby, I would take the cops out, baby. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, baby, 1, baby, on account of your love. Your love, your love. I'll wait for your love. There ain't nothing up above gonna prove me wrong. I'll wait for your love. Your love, your love, love. I'll wait for your love. Yeah, it's a constitution. I definitely want a part of your love, Lord, 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 Lord.
Alright. I like that one.
Thank you.
So who was that song about? I'm just kidding. I'm not completely gonna
You
put you
tell
on the spot. I have
me.
to give you a hard time.
No, actually.
He's thinking about putting it out there for once.
Who
So.
is it?
But that's all you got, huh? But
What? For what? A question? Well, I wasn't gonna put it out there.
Yeah, I don't need the harp for this.
But you do need your hat.
Yeah,
You do need a hat.
yeah, I do.
Okay.
Since I cut my own hair,
I told you I liked your hat earlier.
handfuls at times. But I know I didn't notice you got a haircut, but my wife noticed, so then it made
That,
me
you know,
notice.
women are
It's
good for
nice.
some stuff.
Yeah. She's gonna stay that way with it when we're here. They're good for everything. Alright, I'm gonna play one that I wrote really about a friend of mine after we were talking about the situation he'd been in over years and having kids real young and not really feeling good about how it all worked out. But time's passed, you know, and it's already happened. But I gotta put myself in his shoes. And his song's called One Day at a Time. Well, I've been here for all these years, just trying to face my fears and then go back home, but I'm still here. I told them when I left that I'd be back home. I kept on running for so long. I know it's too late now, they all moved on. I had every intention of going back. I always wanted to be a good dad, not like the one I never had. But I failed myself one day at a time. Well, I kept on running, I'm not sure what I was trying to find. I always thought tomorrow would be the right time, but I failed myself one day at a time. I just thought that I needed some time, a selfish heart and a wasted mind. Always thought one day I would make things right. Well, the freedom didn't last and the guilt got strong. I'm a weak man, now I'm all alone. I know it's too late now, they're nearly grown. But I hear that my kids, they've been doing well. She married a man who works in the oil field. He ain't ever home, but they have anything they'd ever want. I never did any good with my good intentions. I followed the path my daddy took, and I left behind more victims. I always thought that one day I would make things right, but I failed myself one day at a time. Yeah, I failed myself one day at a time. Well, I kept on running, I'm not sure what I was trying to find. I always thought tomorrow would be the right time, but I failed myself one day at a time.
Yeah, man.
I'm glad.
I do that too.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't write that.
I'm glad that was about somebody else and not, not about
Me
you.
too. If it was about me, I'd probably just play it in my closet.
Man, Brandon, you wrote that song about somebody else, but I wrote this song about myself. And I wish I could say it was just somebody else, but the name of the song is called Relapse. And this is that one I was telling you about. You can ask me a question about it later.
Well, I mean, have I heard this one?
I've played it at Memphis.
Okay, so
Yeah, you've heard it.
I recognize it when you play it.
You might. It's almost brand new. So,
Yeah, I got a question. I'll wait till after the song.
okay. Yeah.
So I remember which song it was.
That way I don't think about your question the whole time I'm playing
Yeah.
it. Okay, so anyway, I was going to say, everybody, not everybody, a lot of people struggle with addiction. And a lot of my really good friends just lost a friend named Zach Golden. I've heard that he's made a lot of people want to change their ways and get off their vice. And so this song is called Relapse, Refrain. And I actually wrote this from a very personal standpoint. I think it speaks for itself. I probably wouldn't even have to tell you what the song's about. and I'm here to raise you one under two. I've lost this battle before. Right outside that door, a machine gun rerunning. I'm not mad, don't give up, you're not done. Relax, regain, relapse, refrain. Desperate, hands tied, wide-eyed, drenched in sweat, fearless, howling, barking cries of regret, swelling inside your head. Let me out. Fearless reservation. I'm all ears. I've gained new perspective on you, and I'm here to raise you one under two. I've lost this battle before. Right outside that door, a machine gun rerunning. I'm not mad, don't give up, you're not done. Relax, regain, relapse, refrain. Played your part, now open your heart. I've got someone new to blame. Hide, sever your ties, now open your eyes. Ventriloquist pulling your skin tight. I'm not afraid, if you're not afraid, I'm jumping in. If you're jumping in, bodies are drowned, my inside is out. I'm bottled of water, a derelict daughter. I'm sitting unspun, outside looking on. I'm bulletproof, good luck to you and your gun. Your gun, 3 fingers back at yourself.
Alright. Like that one.
Thanks.
So, what's the story behind it? You mind telling us?
I do mind.
You do?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
But anyway, I do,
I know the story behind
I know
it.
you know the
I
story.
was just trying to get you to say
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a good story.
Apparently
behind
I'm
it.
still harboring that truth.
Alright, well, I don't know. I might have another question on that one here in a little bit.
Later.
Yeah, the 4
During
questions.
the 4 questions,
Yeah.
you're like, Tad,
Can I re-
you're
yeah,
like,
can I
oh, we
re-ask
got
it?
these questions.
The ones she wouldn't answer, I'll go back and ask them again.
Okay.
The song here is called Go Fast. And growing up, I grew up at dirt track races, stock cars, my old man racing. Earliest memories were there. And then as he got out of it, I was already into motocrossing some and kind of continued on into racing motorcycles. And this right here is kind of about that experience and hits a little bit on just some life lessons from the old man. The song's called Go Fast. I was 6 months old, sleeping in the stands. My mama standing on 2 feet, cheering on my old man. Dirt track racing on a Friday night. If you spin it now, you better be ready to fight. He never had the money and he never had the time. Building them old motors out of whatever he could find. Working all week to make it to the starting line. It sure was fun watching my old man drive. It sure was fun watching that old man drive. Well, he blew up those 12 engines back in '82, but he learned more that year than most men ever do. He says, son, you gotta learn how to make them go fast before you care if they gonna last. Well, a few years later, he was king of the bowl. He kept that motor running on the edge of out of control. And when that car was handling like it was on a string, there ain't nobody my old man can't beat. Then he decided to hang it all up. He put me on 2 wheels with racing in my blood. And when I got to breaking bones, said, Pop, I think I give up. He says, son, that ain't what you do when times are tough. He says, son, that ain't what we do when life gets rough. He said, remember I blew up 12 engines back in '82, but I learned more that year than most men ever do. He says, son, just have fun and go fast because this life ain't gonna last. Yeah, he blew up those 12 engines back in '82, but he learned more that year than most men ever do. He says, son, just have fun and go fast because this life ain't gonna last. He says, son, just have fun and go fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was your dad a race car driver?
Yeah, he was. Until I was, I guess, about 12, he quit. But yeah, he was for
What
most
about your
of
dad?
my-
He's alright.
Yeah, he's
He's
cool.
an alright man.
Yeah, he's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your mom's cooler.
Yeah, he's watching, he's gonna be mad. Yeah, he's gonna get you next time. But yeah, we earliest I can remember.
So when we play the Jefferson, all his car shows and stuff, that's his thing.
Yeah, he puts on that car show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, he does.
Mhm.
Okay, cool.
He
That
sure
was
does.
News
Yeah,
to me.
he's driving the old '56 Ford that my granddad built like 35 years ago.
Okay. I don't think I've seen it.
Yeah.
He needs to show me.
Yeah, you'll see it in Jefferson.
Okay.
sometime. You'll see nails and flyers for the franchise.
I think
probably.
I have. Yeah, I have. All right. Well, I'm gonna take it a different direction. Race cars to women. So, this song was about my first girlfriend. I've only had 2, but like I said, love, man. I got some cool songs out of it. The song is called "You'll Get Tired." It's really more about me, but she inspired it. you there.
Like that song.
Thanks.
Yeah, so I want to ask who it was about, I guess.
You do?
So I guess I want to. I don't know yet. Like you might actually answer that one.
I might actually. Hi, Kate.
It's about Kate.
It was about Kate.
I don't know Kate.
Yeah, but then I threw in that little, like, the baby's backed into the corner. Come on. Nobody backs baby into a corner. So she held my heart for a very long time. Anyway.
Got a good song. I've heard that one several times.
Yeah.
Always
Yeah.
loved that.
All right, guys, Boston Chris back again, and you've been listening to live and original music from Brandon Nichols and Jessica Alyce. And of course, if you've watched the show before, you know it's time for question swap. And the way this works is the same way as a song swap. They're going to ask each other questions. They'll get 2 questions each, and it can be anything at all. It can be about songwriting. It can be about having babies. I don't know, whatever they want to talk about. I think Jessica has no clue what she's going to ask, so this should be extremely entertaining for sure. So don't go anywhere. We're going to go with question swap right now.
All right, Jessica, the main thing I'm wondering is how did you find a dress that matches your knees?
Oh, man.
I'm serious, your dress matches your knees.
Yeah, but this one, okay, it matches this one better.
You're talented.
Well, I thought about it. I was going to wear a pink dress, but then I was like, well, these bruises, though. This one came from a desk, just a regular ass, knee bump.
So I'm sure you've thought of something very interesting by now.
I don't have anything. I had several the whole time we were playing. On a serious level, though. How is your thought process when you go in to write a storytelling song? I'm going to be like an interviewer right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a songwriter. I have my own techniques. How do you say, okay, this is the situation that happened, and then you go in and the whole song flows. I cannot do that for the life of me.
I don't know. That's all I got. No, I really.
What's your thought
I don't
process when
know.
you sit down and you're like, I'm gonna write a song about this?
It's weird. Like I can't hardly sit down and write about a definite topic. Like, okay, well, I'm fixing to write a song about this. I'll get these things in my head, like stories I would like to write about at some point. And then when I'm down there, like writing or jamming or whatever I want to call it, just down in the studio, it's like, well, I don't understand the process completely, but I'll just pull ideas out of my head and start writing on it. Sometimes it goes nowhere for a little while. Sometimes it turns into a song. Some of them ideas sit there for months, maybe years before I ever write about it.
And they kind of like, they fester up, kind of like just, and then boom. And mine do that too, but you have to be focused. Like,
a lot of yours are so personal too.
You have timeline structure. I don't get it. I can't do that.
I didn't realize there was any timing structure there, but
Timeline.
Yeah, timeline.
Like you tell the whole story from beginning to end, like the Longview, Texas song.
Oh yeah.
That's my favorite song.
I didn't do it today because I've already done it for these people, but yeah, it's I don't know. I just try to tell stories. I don't really. Sometimes I'll write a song and I'm like, I don't even know where it came from. You know what I mean?
I do that.
And it's like some of my favorite ones. I'm like, wow, cool, but how'd that happen? You know, it's like sometimes I wish I could easily just make it happen. Be like, okay, I'm gonna go write that song now, but it's more of an organic kind of have to do it when it happens.
Yeah.
And I feel like you're probably that way too, especially with personal songs.
I'll write something and it'll be completely, I don't know if it's metaphorical or like subliminal, whatever, but I'll get through writing it. Like it'll just spit itself out, and then I'm like, okay, I'm done, and I play back through it. And whoa. And I realized what it actually is about. The whole time I wasn't thinking about it.
It feels so good when you...
It does. It feels like a huge accomplishment.
Yeah.
And you're tired afterwards, too.
Yeah,
you're exhausted.
That's one of the best highs ever is writing a song for me.
Yeah.
Just when I'm like, oh, it's done. You know?
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah.
So I'll ride that high for a few days at least, you know what I mean? And it's like, all right, gotta write another one, you know, but just gotta wait till the time's right. I think I've answered your question.
I think
probably.
you have. And we bantered.
And a few more.
Bantered.
Yeah. What's another question I have for you?
You had one.
I got one that you didn't answer earlier.
Oh, yeah.
On that one song, who it was about. I wish I remember which song it was. That messes it all up.
Who it was about? There's my song list.
Who have you? See. Is there an individual
it's the one on the right.
Is there a particular individual that you have wrote several of these songs about?
No, absolutely not.
It's
and
not.
actually, like in the middle of a song, there could be like several different, whether it's a love or a time, a place that I was at, something that like influenced me.
Yeah.
I didn't play it tonight, but Messed Up Silhouette is one of my favorites to say that about. Like, the place is our friend Alex's, or Lacey's parents' lake house.
Yeah, my drummer, Alex, is who we're talking about.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, this is where the setting is. Okay, now everything's in dream state. Okay, and then I make stuff up, and maybe kind of like everybody was like tripping acid, but nobody was tripping acid at the place. But, you know, like I make stuff up in my head, and then here, maybe the next verse, I had a thought about somebody else and I talk about them, but you would never know because nothing was actually personal. Mm-hmm. It's just an idea that came to, and then the song just runs with itself.
That's cool. You know, I've wrote songs before that sounds like a personal song about one individual, when I'm really pulling stuff out of like a few people I care about, you know, kind of the same
For
way.
one thing.
Yeah, and you would think it's about one person, and you're like, thankfully all that is not one person, you know, it's so.
One of my songs I started it and I had the whole thing structured for verse and chorus, and then it died. Yeah. And it was like 3 years later, I was sitting there like, what? I've got to finish the song. It's such a cool song. I've got to finish it. And it had two different aspects, and one of them was my favorite guitar pick that my buddy Kevin Rose showed me, Black Ice guitar picks, that Brad is so aggravated that I'm playing his guitar with because it's thicker than what. But anyway.
That's a whole nother story.
So that's it. That's the last one. You found my favorite guitar pick, thanks, is the last line. But I weasel that one in there just to finish the song, but nobody would know that unless I told you.
Now we all know.
Now we all know.
We all know.
My cheat. I cheated.
Yeah. I'm going to call you out at every show we do when you play that song.
You cheated.
Yeah.
But I love that guitar pick.
Yeah.
And another buddy of mine bought me 30 of them for a birthday present, and I still have them
so you
like
probably,
6 years later.
Yeah. If it was me, if I got 30, I would have like maybe one left.
I have about 10 left, and I found one yesterday walking to my car in my yard, in a muddy yard, and I was like, "What do you know?"
I just buy picks just to lose them. It seems like, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, so what's that?
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Is that what's left?
Yeah, you have a question for me, right?
All right, Brandon. So sorry that I'm serious again, but how old were you, and what keeps you driving? Because you're one of the main people in Longview, Texas that like constantly books things, and what keeps you going, man? You can't answer with just a love for the music.
Well,
there's something else.
I feel like just love for the music. That's it. No, well, I
There's
don't know.
something that drives you in, or a reason that you were already in it?
Well, I love it, that really, but it's like I'm not near as busy. You say talking about how busy I am. There's so many people I play with that are so much busier than me. It appears like I'm busy, but I'm not compared to so many. But it's I just like doing it. I like the people, meeting the people. It's just like doing the songwriter stuff. I love meeting other songwriters, and there's a lot of good people out there playing music. But then I like to, I just get them out there. I used to always say about writing songs, I would never do solo stuff probably ever. I was just writing songs with band. But there's so much stuff. I just write so many songs and don't do a lot of them with a band. And I don't really know what keeps me driven. It's like my neighbor always asks me, where do you get all the energy to, he sees all the stuff I'm doing,
You're
music and all
something.
this stuff, but I just like to keep moving and like to do stuff. But I am backing off on booking shows right now. Yeah, just because building the house and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. So I'll book way out sometimes and be like, wow, I'm all of a sudden real busy from stuff I booked 2 months ago, So right now I'm actually backing off from booking. But I don't know, it really is just because I love doing it, because, I'm not trying to get anywhere with it, I'm just play songs with my friends. I want to put stuff out, but I don't plan on going much further than kind of how I do it now. Just, family, and I'm not going to go on the road. I'm not going to leave the family. So,
yeah, absolutely.
It's just...
I see that.
Yeah, it's... but I love doing it.
Well, you do a huge thing for people, just like Mr. Boston Chris here does a huge thing for people in East Texas. There's not a lot of outlets for us. So a huge thanks to you.
Hey.
Because I also wouldn't have met this cat.
Yeah, huge thanks to you. I always try to drag you out when I can.
Yeah.
Because you should be out, because you're awesome.
Thank you.
Really all right, so that was Question Swap with Brandon Nichols and Jessica Alyce. And Brandon's a very humble guy. Very, very humble guy. And yes, you do it because you love it. But what I love about Brandon is he's a fan of the songwriter, just like I am. A huge, huge fan of songwriters. And like Jessica mentioned, he's been a huge supporter of songwriters here in East Texas, and I want to thank you for that, because if it wasn't for someone like you getting Meredith and Heather and Lucas and all these other cats out there that are so original and awesome, if it wasn't for you, we wouldn't have heard of a lot of these people. So thank you for that. I know you're a very humble guy and you won't say stuff like that on the air, but I'm calling you out on it.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Well, I'm happy to do anything I have done, and I feel the same way about y'all.
Yeah,
I feel like y'all worked way harder at getting stuff out than I do, but I'm just thankful to be a part of it.
Yeah, no problem. And so that was Question Swap, and guys, without any further ado, we're going to get right back into the original music. 6 more songs from Brandon and Jessica. Don't go.
Hi, I'm Lee Mathis. I'm Philip Griffith. And thanks for tuning in to ETX Rocks.
All right, this song here is a love story, but it is probably the saddest song I've ever wrote to. It's called All I Know, and this is one of the songs I just try. Sometimes I kind of stand in the room and sometimes don't play it because it is a pretty sad tune. But for something like this, I'm like, why not? But it's really just a love story. Crawled into her bed and put his arm around her neck. Said, I want to talk all night long, and we can turn out the light. I know that we must leave. We Can't stay forever, it's the way it must be, and I don't want to stay forever. Just want to stay together. I remember 1943. Seems like only yesterday, and that's so hard to believe. You can't remember last week. I still remember the first time I laid eyes on you. I knew if I had the chance, I'd give you my whole world, and I'm a lucky man. For over 50 years and you still my girl. They say that you gotta go, but when you're all I got, yeah, you all I know, and I'll take you by your hand, and I'll be there for your last dance. There we were in 1950. We had our only son and his name was Jeffrey. And what a blessing that was. Never knew we could feel that kind of love. He never saw age 29. They don't know how fast, but he must have been flying. And there ain't been nothing worse than our boy dying. We made it through somehow, and without you I doubt that I'd be here today. You're the reason for the breath I take, and now they say you're dying. know if I had the chance, I'd give you my whole world, and I'm a lucky man. For over 50 years and you still my girl. They say that you gotta go, but when you're all I got, yeah, you all I know, and I'll take you by your hand, and I'll be there for your last dance. Your last dance. He laid his head on her chest and waited for her last breath, and he took her by the hand and put a gun up to his head and said, Lord, I hope you understand that she's all I got, and she's all I know. Couldn't let her die, couldn't let her go alone. We're coming home.
Brandon.
Yes, ma'am.
God.
Yeah, I warned you it was a sad one.
Yeah, I can see why you might have looked for that.
But-
certain people.
Yeah, I've actually played that song before and had a text message. I won't say who it was, but I had a text message right after. He's like, sorry, bud, I love you, but he had somebody in the hospital or stuff going on. He's like, I was like, oh no, I gotta think about. That's just why I don't play a whole lot live. Which then we were playing at a bar the other night with Heather Little, and my wife's like, play that song. I'm like, are you sure?
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
But, you know.
Your songs are so like you storytell so well, and so it's like it is what it is. I kind of hide my lyrics behind. I twist them up so that you might not know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, we can be a little bit more vague.
And just listen to the music.
Yeah, like read between the lines.
Until you actually read the lyrics. So it's funny. This happened maybe twice, maybe 3 times in a row. I already had this song picked out.
Hey, you know, we got an energy here. You know.
This song is called Retrostasis, and there's different. You know, for 3 different verses, I guess. Oh, I lost my pick. I'm best at this. Oh man. No, it's in my. This dress has pockets.
Ah, you're not used to pockets.
Not used to. No, not at all. So the first verse, it kind of talks about death at the time of birth, and then I guess the second one, I refer to, like maybe a veteran that was suicidal. It also kind of has different. Anyway, and the last one might be like me or you or somebody like in our regular life that just depression or whatever. But I fly in from Retrostasis is the lyric, and kind of gaming terms. Was it Battlefield or something? Like you can kill spawn, or what's it called? Like you can respawn.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like your state of mind being suicidal, and then being like, hey, no, wake back up.
Pulling out of
Here you are, get back in reality. There's people here that love you, man. You know, like stuff like that. So
yeah.
That's Retrostasis. I see, hear, no compromise, like depth, dear, seas rolling tide, 10-pound wounds screaming at the top of one lung, havoc in metastasis, tip of a tongue, sing to me. From retrostasis, exterminate, condone suicide, just like death, dear, no compromise, battle is just gurney, please, that you won. I found mistakes seating in my first aid gun. Sing to me. I fly in from retrostasis, making sense of conscious places. My neck hurts from the heavy head that it holds. Beware the stimulation nation sickened and old. My dear, I'm afraid this is how you go, just like the frostbite tipping into your toes. Sing to me. I fly in from retrostasis, making sense of conscious places. Holy shit, there is no end. Time to begin again, time to begin.
Right. That's awesome.
I'm hungry now.
Yeah.
I took some calories.
Yeah, that yeah, so you had to keep it kind of dark, go right along with what I had going on with the dark.
I didn't do it on purpose, man.
Oh, I know you did.
Yeah. I love it though.
Heck yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's awesome.
what are you playing next? I'm gonna pick my own song,
Okay.
and then we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry, Kim. She just wanted me to play a different song,
Oh.
but she wanted me to play this one too, and I got mixed up somewhere. I'm gonna do this one. It's a pretty new song. You think of what this one is called? Oh yeah. I haven't named this song hardly, so I've been calling it the Battered Woman song.
Oh, she mentioned that though.
So, yeah, so I
heard y'all talking
have not
about
named that song, so after this it might be called that from now on. But there's a good friend of mine who has a good friend of his that he was telling me a story about. And I was like, that sounds like I need to write a song about it, so I wrote a song about it. And it's kind of gives it away, but I'm going to call it the Battered Woman song for now. It's probably
It's a good. I mean, it's a good name. It's kind of catchy. I wouldn't forget it.
Yeah. Okay, so let me think. This is a pretty good song. Got to see an old friend the other night. We didn't talk too much about them old times, just small talk, and I asked if she's been doing alright. And she just smiled and said, yeah, I'm just fine. I remember when she was young and free is the way I always thought she would be. But the talk is around town, her old man's knocking her around. The girl I knew, she would done hit the streets. Makeup seems to cover up the bruises, alright, but you can't hide the pain in those eyes. And the scratches on your arms say you got working on your daddy's farm. But we know that farm, I ain't seen those hands in years. She was just 21 years old when she found that man that she just had to hold. He was a self-proclaimed local celebrity who knew just the right way to pull her strings. And after 10 years of doing the same old thing, she can say she's fine, but her eyes, they can't. And this image that she holds has truth that can't be told. The girl I knew, she said image don't mean a thing. But when they go into the local bar, everybody knows who they are. And for a sheltered kid at one time, it was real neat. But after 10 years doing the same old thing, she's got bruises that she hides and the scars don't fade. And how much of this is she gonna take? And how long will she live with that mistake? And the makeup seems to cover up the bruises, alright, but you can't hide the pain in those eyes. And the scratches on your arm say you got working on your daddy's farm, but we know that farm ain't seen those hands in years. They ain't seen you in years. They ain't seen you in years.
Yeah.
Something like that. Don't be that person.
Huh?
I said something like that. Don't be that person.
What person was that being?
No,
Don't be
no,
that
no. I'm
person?
saying don't be the battered woman.
Oh yeah, absolutely not.
I know
Can
you
see me?
wouldn't. No, you'd be like, ah. You break your guitar.
I have a title suggestion.
What's that?
Turn it around, call it the Ballad of the Battered Woman.
Yeah. That's better than the battered woman song for sure.
Battered woman song.
It is.
Oh, he's saying turn around.
And I was calling it after this person's name for a little while, and I'm like,
Don't
oh,
do
even though that person is way off, now, and it's like, no, because he didn't really want me to like write the song, send it to him or nothing, But it's a true story, unfortunately.
Whenever you said the scratches on your arm from the farm, whatever.
Yeah.
My best friend from middle school, her father was putting his hands on that. Him and his mother, her and her mother.
Yeah.
And she actually was called to the office to talk about it, the scratches on her arms.
Really?
And we always rode horses and stuff, and they actually said, this is from riding horses. And it actually was from riding horses.
Yeah.
And we were both all bruised up, and I was like, Kim, I'll go back you. I have the same bruises.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, well, your best friend, you're always down. You live down the street. Is it you too? And I'm like, no, no, it really is from riding horses. And like we would go out. They had a whole bunch of horses at this place that we would go. We weren't supposed to. We were like 8 years old, and go herd the horses. And yeah, we'd get herd on the trails and stuff like that. So we were tough kids.
Yeah.
So yeah.
This
This is what made me think it was actually the truth.
This
But
girl
that's
here,
serious.
she's grown and don't really see her parents anymore. Don't go down on the farm anymore. But that poor dad though, if he wasn't doing anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, 6 songs, man.
That means what? Just
This is the last one, right?
That's the last one.
So This is always the last one I play. If I play a show, I'll play this one last. Not recently, a long time ago. But I haven't played this song in quite a while. And when I was diagnosed, I think I was 26, I was diagnosed with COPD, and I thought I was going to die. I was like, this is my death sentence, you know? Like, I was, man, I might have like 6 years left, you know? I didn't know that you could like fix it and like get cured and stuff, sort of.
Just
I mean, you always have to deal with it. Yeah, just keep smoking cigarettes and yeah. It's called Broken Downtown. I was pretty upset because at the time I was diagnosed, I was so sick I couldn't sing, and that's where the real heartbreak was. I thought I wasn't going to be able to sing anymore. Yeah. So basically I was gonna die. Anyway, Broken Downtown. I wrote this with some horrible vocals, so I'll just try to keep it in that same raspiness, I guess. Is everybody awake in the house? Everyone in the house is awake? Okay. Your daughter wasn't trying to sleep, was she?
Yeah, let me see here. Okay, this song. This is one I don't play just a whole lot. It's a storytelling song, but you know, it's really inspired a lot by seeing my daughter grow up, I feel like, and knowing that the time's coming where she moves on, you know, has her own life. It's just crazy. She's 10 already, and it's like,
She won't move on from you.
no, yeah, we hope she don't move
She's
on
daddy's
too far.
girl.
Yeah,
And
it's,
mama's girl.
yeah. This is kind of thinking about that, people with their only child and going away. But luckily we aren't to this point yet, but it's a story about some people that are. I ended up cutting a verse from this song in a chorus because it was way too long, but it still says enough, I think. Sometimes I'll write words and it'll be just too many words. We can't have no 10-minute songs. But this song's called Full of Love. Full of Love. She's leaving home to start a brand new life. Just packed up the last of her things and said those hard goodbyes. She said I'll only be 3 hours away. Don't cry, Mama, I will be okay. Besides, I'll be back home every other week. And in the summertime you will see the light of me. And they watch their little girl going down the highway. She's alone in this world, and this is so hard to believe that our time is up. Yeah, we hope we've done enough to make that girl strong and to fill her full of love. That baby girl, so innocent, so sweet. In this world that is so cruel and mean, seems it would be easier to be a heartless bastard than to be so full of love in this human disaster. He grabbed his daughter by the hand, said, I can't make sense of this. Just love hard and think free and be the best that you can. That girl did good and she made it through school. Stayed close to her family and came home when she could. She talked to her mama on the phone every night until she went to sleep and never opened up her eyes. She grabbed her Betty by the neck, said, I know she's all you got. He said, I shall miss you, Mama, but you've always been our light. You've always been the light of our lives. And then he watched his little girl going down the highway. She's alone in this world, and this is so hard to believe that our time is up. Yeah, I hope they done enough to make that girl strong and to fill her full of love. Well, that'll be close enough. I kind of switched from.
Well, if I had any heartstrings, you just broke them all.
Well, I didn't mean to.
Did you buy an extra pack of heartstrings?
No, I got some extra guitar strings, so you got
Elixirs?
guitar strings
Elixirs?
in your heart, Mark. Yeah, that song modified the lyrics a little bit that time on accident, but all I did, I kind of went from first person to second person in the spot where it wasn't supposed to, but that's what's great about things. You can have an original version of a song, but but I realized when I did it, I'm like, hey, I'm gonna keep playing. This is an organic experience. So
I think it's
that's the way
funny
it happens.
that you just played that song, and I already flipped to this, so everybody knew I was already going to play this song. I'm not picking this after you played this
Are you
song.
copying me?
But no, not at all, because this one's actually. I found out that my father had passed away, which the last time I saw him, I may have been 7. But I didn't find out that he passed away until I moved to Texas, so it was 2008. But he actually died in 2005. So it was just a horrible, like, hey, I gotta tell you, your dad's gone. Oh, but he died 3 years ago. And I was like, what? So I can't even go to the funeral. Yeah. And so for years, I was just torn, like, how do I feel, Like, so I wrote this song with that in mind, and I guess she in this one would be me. Anyway, it's called The Blue and Black Spin, and we'll see how this goes. To the window, she was blue, she was fading, her life harbored in her old head, and pacing through the gallows, misfortune forsaken, I vowed to put it back in commence. Just like that, feet slip back, drawing on a candlelight. I'm right outside of my skin. I'll meet you right back, top of the 10. We'll travel to the earth, we stumble around. I got the short fuse, I just can't put out. Back at the end in this thieves' lonely den, the medical rules, the blue and black spin. I've gathered new tools to suture the skin. of the surface, cradled Cain, cradled Abel, the feet of our silent command. And torture, less torture, the fruit of my Father, insist, reaching back to the dead. Out of my head and back into the room, face to face, been left outside to bloom. I'll see you like holidays do. We'll travel to the earth, we stumble around. I got this heavy heart, I just can't put it down. Back at the end in these lonely days, the medical rooms, the blue and black spare. I've gathered new tools to suture the skin. Walking to the window, she was blue, she was fading, a life harbored in her old head.
Alright. So did that song make you feel better about the
Yeah, man,
situation?
like, I was like grieving it and didn't know how to deal with it, and I think it took like 6 years, maybe more, maybe less. But once that song like poured out through a bottle of brandy, but it was done. Like once I got it out, it was just like, okay, I can feel again, like I can have opinions and, you know, about it all. Like,
It's crazy how writing certain personal songs
Yeah.
will do that, you know. Luckily, I don't have a whole lot of things where I have to write for the therapy type stuff. There's been so many times these days, you
they
know.
are.
But,
They're all therapy.
yeah, but it's like there's been so many times where I've been like eaten up by something and write about it, and it's like, wow, the weight
Yeah.
is off of me.
Yeah.
And I can play that song over
You
and
can
over, and I
breathe
still
again.
never feel that weight again.
Yeah.
It's like, people are like, don't bother you to play that song.
And I was harboring all these feelings, like people would be like, what's wrong with you? And I didn't know how to tell them. I wrote that song, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, my dad, you know? Like, oh, my dad, you know?
Yeah.
I couldn't talk about it before I wrote the song. So.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, so we are
Oh,
back.
man.
This is Songbirds and Troubadours number 10. You guys have been listening to live original music from two amazing songwriters based right here in East Texas. If you're watching from outside of East Texas, we have some of the best talent in the world right here in Northeast Texas. And we're truly blessed to get to meet a lot of these folks out here. And not just have them on our show, but see them out around town and playing different venues everywhere. And of course, this is the promo section of the show, so we're going to learn more about where you can follow along with both of these guys. They each have their own band, so we're going to talk a little bit about that. We'll start with Brandon. Brandon, tell us about the band that you're with and where people can follow along with your journey.
Well, the Weathered Hearts, and we're all from Longview, and you can find us at Facebook. We're just at the Weathered Hearts on Facebook. And yeah, we're Americana roots rock band. Also have another band, The Rest. You can find us, The Rest, on Facebook, a fast rock and roll band.
You're going to be doing more stuff with The Rest here coming up?
Yeah, we have nothing booked, but we are going to book at least a few shows this year. We don't
Look forward
do
to
near
that.
as we don't do near as much with The Rest as the Weathered Hearts, but But yeah, you can find. I use the Weathered Hearts as my solo
Right.
page too.
Yeah.
So.
And I saw that you guys have is it an Instagram now?
Yeah, we did. I got Instagram, and then
We talked about that on the episode.
And I've put one picture on it, and I don't think I went back.
It's all good.
Hey, I got the page up.
That's right.
So I'm working
That's
on it.
right. You got there.
Yeah.
I think I called him out on that on the episode. I said you got to at least have an Instagram. So it's cool to see that you have one. And I saw that it said Weathered Hearts is now on Instagram, and I was like, yes, very cool.
Yeah,
but just take pictures of like chickens and cows and stuff.
We got chickens in the yard.
Well, there you go. Take a different picture every day and keep people guessing.
Heck yeah.
And at least they won't think you're a vegetarian.
Yeah.
You know.
Or that you are a vegetarian because the chickens are still there.
Yeah.
We don't eat our chickens.
Yeah, no, you don't.
I guess we buy chickens to eat.
That's how we should all
Other
do
people.
it. So Jessica, same question. I'm really excited. You've just started a new band here in East Texas. And so tell us about the band and when we can start expecting you guys to be out and about.
My expectations for out and about is at least 2 months, if not less.
Just trying to get a set list together and all that?
Yeah, we've pretty much got it going. We're wanting to get out at least just around Longview, Shreveport, Tyler, the local.
And what's the name of the band?
Miss Jane.
Okay.
And it is Clint Nichols.
Mm-hmm.
We have Brad Wilson and Brian Spear.
Okay.
So anyway, I don't know, man. It's just it's pretty much what you heard, but full band.
Okay.
And a lot more rock. It's that indie rock.
Real heavy hitting.
Not too heavy. But it'll be.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And so that's at Miss Jane on Facebook?
It is at Miss Jane 2018. I might need your help because that handle won't work for me.
Yeah, I'll help you out.
Okay.
We can get funky with it.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
Okay.
It's Miss Jane 2018 on Facebook. Brand new band here in East Texas. Really, really excited about it. It was great to finally meet you, Jessica Alyce.
The ongoing joke.
I would say that she was a pretty good fill-in, right, guys? It was
it
was a treat to hear both of these guys tonight. And Songbirds and Troubadours number 10 already in the books. It's mid-March. We started this project in January. It's really fun to focus on the craft of songwriting each and every week here on Songbirds and Troubadours. We film this show on Sunday nights and it goes out to the masses on Wednesday morning, which means I have to hurry up and finish this outro so I can start working on this. Not really. Now, if you tuned in to Songbirds and Troubadours for the first time, you can follow along with us on Facebook. We are at Songbirds Troubadours. Just take the and out and you have our tag on Facebook. You can also follow along with everything the ETX ROCKS Show does on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. We're at ETX ROCKS. And a huge announcement just made 2 days ago. We are the home of the Ricky Lynn Gregg Show starting in April 2018. Really excited about bringing new content to you guys from one of the most legendary artists to ever grace East Texas. The Ricky Lynn Gregg Show will go live sometime in April, so y'all be looking out for that. As we always say on the show, we want to thank all of you guys out there for always supporting live music of all genres and all styles, even songwriters. And don't ever forget,
ETX rocks.
That's right.
Howdy folks, this is Aaron Watson.
This is Bree Bagwell.
This is Jake.
And this is Walter from Rocky Queen.
This is Curtis Grimes.
Monty Pittman.
This is Doug Supernon.
I'm Heather Little.
This is Rob Redwine.
Ho! Hey folks, I'm WWE Hall of Famer Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Hey guys, I'm Katie Lynn, and make sure to tune in to ETX Rocks with
Boston Chris.
Hello, y'all. This is Ronnie Millsap, and thanks for tuning in to the ETX ROCKS Show.
Tough guy. Ho!
Hey guys, we're Black Top Mojo, and thank you for tuning in to ETX Rocks.